Everybody, it's Zach, aka Zach's Reviews, and today's movie review is about the Social Network. And the Social Network is about the creator of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg. And the people that are starring in this movie are Jesse Eisenberg, Andrew Garfield, and Justin Timberlake. And my overall experience of this movie, it was a roller coaster of emotions. I felt very different ways in this movie about Mark Zuckerberg's character. And Jesse Eisenberg did an amazing job playing this character. You really feel his the way, you really feel the tension that when he plays anything, you really feel the tension when he plays Mark Zuckerberg, though. You really feel you feel sad for him at some moments, and you feel why are you doing this, dude? What's going on? So yeah, overall, this movie made me learn something. It's cool to see how the creator of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, was the youngest person in history to create a social media platform, or any platform so big. That's insane. And how it's funny seeing how social media is now, where it's booming all around that in today, in today it's just booming everywhere. YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, so forth. There's so it's a big thing in today's society. So seeing something like that, how it was so not a thing, and then it became such a big thing, and it's even bigger now, is so cool to learn something like that. So overall, I love Jesse Eisenberg pretty much in general. The man is a great actor. I love him in Zombieland 1 and 2, and I just love I love him in Now You See Me 1 and 2. The way he acts is really cool, and the way he acts in this specific movie reminds me of Abed from Community mixed with Ryan from The Office. How they're both Abed's weird, but he's smart, and same as Ryan, how there was an episode in The Office where Ryan created an app, and he put that together and made something awesome. And I don't know if that's how Jesse Eisenberg wanted to portray him, or he actually portrayed how Mark Zuckerberg is in real life. I don't really know how he acts in real life, Mark Zuckerberg, because I've never really paid attention to stuff like that. But if that's how he acts, that's a cool way of how Jesse Eisenberg did it to act like that. So overall, and Andrew Garfield's character, you feel bad for Andrew Garfield's character in this movie. He's Mark Zuckerberg's friend, and you really see him going through things and see how he cares about Mark and stuff. But there's moments where you're okay, you're trying to help Mark, but Mark's not really trying to listen to you, and even though you're his true friend. And Justin Timberlake's character comes in and starts trying to you can see how he's trying to cast Andrew's character out, and trying to move in to be Mark's best friend. So it's you feel bad for his character, and there's just a lot of twists and turns in this, and there's flashbacks of how Mark is creating the social media platform, and it's present day, and a whole bunch of stuff is going on, craziness. So I learned some cool things from this, and it's I would say this is a 10 out of 10 movie. I definitely would recommend it to you guys, that you should go check this out if you want to learn something. It's almost like what do you call it? A documentary, but a really well instructed documentary. It's really cool seeing this. And I wouldn't expect a great soundtrack from this movie, but the soundtrack I love so much. You felt the tension in the soundtrack. It fit perfectly. And I really enjoy that. I've been branching out from my comic book films. I've been really or comic book movies. I've been really branching out into actual movies and films and stuff. I've been branching out into stuff like that. My favorite films of all time are Pulp Fiction, Joker, Inception, and Tenet. Those are my favorite films. I would consider those films. And I have a whole bunch of favorite movies, but film wise, I would consider those films. So, why not learn something, new while we're in quarantine? Why not branch out? And I thought I'd branch out into something like this. I remember seeing the clip for this movie all the time, whether it be a meme or just me just seeing it, of Andrew Garfield just yelling at, what is it? Yelling at Mark in the movie, and I was like, okay, that's amazing. I've seen Andrew Garfield. He really, like, he's an actor. And I'm like, okay, and that's when I realized oh my god, he's an actor. Jesus, he's really, like, I felt, I saw emotion. And, there's usually moments where you're like, you look at someone and you're like, oh, I don't know if he's, like, an actor yet. Because, when I first saw Andrew Garfield, I saw him in Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2. And I'm like, okay, you're good and all that, but, like, I've never seen you being an actor. And when I saw that clip, I'm like, okay, I need to check this movie out. And Andrew Garfield's a beast. Same as, Jesse Eisenberg. I mean, they're really great actors and stuff. And also I just forget names a lot of the time. So, but I give this movie a 10 out of 10, and I really want to know, like, what platform you use now. When I first started out on social media, I used Facebook when I first got my iPod. Now I moved to Instagram and Snapchat and YouTube now. So those are my main platforms. So I want to know, when you started social media, what did you start with? And and let me know if you moved on to a different social media and what you use more. And let me know what you think overall about this film. I really enjoyed it. I give it a 10 out of 10. And that's what I think about this movie. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Peace.